Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I want to talk about one of my favorite shows on Disney Plus right now. A lot of people want to talk shit about Disney Plus. It does have flaws. I do like the setup right now that they do have, that you could just go on Hulu, Disney Plus, or ESPN or something like that. I do like that. I do like that, and I think future streaming service might do that. Netflix, I'm looking at you. You should probably be doing that anyways. You should have been doing that a long time ago. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe that might happen once. I hope not. Or maybe it'll happen to Paramount. That's the thing. I don't even want Netflix or Paramount to buy Warner Brothers anymore. I was going for Paramount, but then all the other stuff, and I'm just like, whatever. But that doesn't matter. What matters is this show, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, season 1. The lightning thief. There will be some spoilers here, so I will say that right now, and obviously spoilers from season 2, because season 2 is right now happening. I am watching season 2, and man, I have to say, season 2 is freaking great. Season 2 is called Sea of Monsters. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love these fucking titles. All right, the Lightning Thief, the Sea of Monsters. The next one, the third season. I'm seeing clips right now online that they're already making the third season, and I literally predicted me saying this two or 3 days ago when I was telling myself, oh, this the next season. Percy Jackson season 3 should come out maybe around December or 2026 or something, and guess what? I was right. It most likely will come out around that time. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty badass. So let's talk about the story of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. But before I do that, let me talk about the movies. I have seen the Percy Jackson movies. I actually grew up with them. But I didn't. When I first saw it, I didn't see it in the movie theater. But when I first saw it, I did not like the movie. For what I can remember, my friend did it. I don't know how he would feel about it now, but back in the day, I didn't care for the movie. It was, I remember seeing the trailers from it. Oh, the guy that bought you Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, So I was hyped. I was hyped to see this movie. So especially the title, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Like, I just wanted to oh yeah, I want to see that. But once I finally saw it on TV, I thought I was just disappointed. I was like, you know what? It had all the makings of something that could have been a cult classic, but it doesn't. Basically, I'll say this: there are all moments in the movie that I actually kind of enjoy, but overall, when you see this show and you watch the movie, it's literally night and day. It's night and day. But I'll say this right now: without the movies, I want to be the one that's intrigued to the Percy Jackson series, and I wouldn't even be like, oh my goodness, I have to see this, And I did want to get the books, but every time I go to Barnes and Noble, I forget about it because there's other books I want to get. And then one time I saw a title called Lightning Thief, and I'm like, why does that sound familiar? And I walked away, like not knowing what it was at all. What a fucking idiot, right? Because there's a lot of different versions of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. You have the original one that's just called The Lightning Thief, which is a great fucking title, by the way. Then eventually, once it became more popular, it became Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. And then we got a movie, and then that movie became a book, because that happens. Right now, the Disney show is actually getting book adaptations also. So there's that. There's a lot of shit. There's just a lot of shit going around with the Percy Jackson stuff. And again, I haven't read the book a lot at all. I haven't read the whole freaking series of Uncle Rick. So, and I know it's huge. At first, I thought it was just the Percy Jackson 5 books, but then I found out there was like 2 more and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, you find out that you need to read the other books before you read 6 and 7, because it's literally like you have to read these other side books before 6 and 7, and I'm like, fuck. Because once you go to 6, from what I've heard, there's other characters that you don't know about, and you're going to be fucking confused and be like, who are these characters? And I'm like, oh, God. Fuck. It's my fault, to be honest with me. To be quite honest with you, it is my fault because I didn't get to this series early the way I wanted, that way I should. And plus, I was a stubborn kid. When I saw the Percy Jackson trailer, I literally made fun of it. Like I'm talking about the movie. When I first saw it, when I first saw the trailer to the movie, I still was intrigued, but I still made fun of it, saying that, oh, I'd rather watch Harry Potter. That's the type of kid I was. But I was still intrigued to the movie. And then the Sea Monster, the sequel, also intrigued me too. It's just the titles that intrigued me, what they were going to put in them. And when I saw the sequel, I didn't really care for it either. I barely remember some of these movies. And then watching it back, because I was watching a little bit of the movie of part one, and I was just like, wow, they got a lot of shit fucked up going here. Because, you know, already the TV show is out, you know? The Disney series is out. So you're watching it. So I already watched season one, and I'm continuing watching season two. I just watched season one again, so I'm still going to talk about it here. And they just change so much from and the thing is, the Disney adaptation does change stuff too, but not as much as the movie version, basically. But and I have seen a video of basically a recap of all the stuff that happens, you know, with the Percy Jackson story from book 1 to book 5, basically. And when when I saw all of it, I was just like, huh, okay. Huh. You would think it would just be like this epic showdown of proportions or some shit like that. But no. Kind of refreshing. But at the same time, when you have expectations of like this grand, epic battle, you know, between like demigods, gods, and titans, you know, nothing. And I'm like, huh. I mean, at least the video from I've seen, I'm sure that does happen. It has to happen eventually, you know. You can't hold it back for that long, you know. It just makes sense. I do say this right now. The Percy Jackson Disney Plus show, I do adore it. I do love it. I do want to say this. There are some people that complain about the action. The action is not its strong suit. I'll say that right now. It's not. If it was a movie, that's the thing about this Percy Jackson Disney stuff. If it was a movie, it probably would have had more action the way we see from the other original movies of the Percy Jackson movies. Does that make sense? I don't know. Sorry. I bet you anything I fucked up people right there. But overall, I don't hate the movies. I didn't like them as much as I thought it would be. And I am watching part one of the movie, but I stopped mainly because I was just watching other Percy Jackson stuff because I just wanted to get sucked into this world and to see how much movies. I mean, how much contact there was. And that's why when I saw everything about this stuff, I was just like, huh, at least there's content, you know, like if you wanted more Percy Jackson after the 5 books or more of this world of the Percy Jackson world, then there you go, you know, and that's fine. That's fine. I probably will get to those books eventually, I hope. I would like to get all the books all in one, but I'm not trying to spend $1 trillion on something. You know, I don't want to spend $1 trillion, you know, on these books. Hold on. Let me press that. Okay. So, let's move on. Let's move on. I already talked about how I feel about the remakes. A short term. Maybe when I review, because this is just me about talking about Percy Jackson. I'm not going to review the show per se, but I'll do that after season 2 is over, and then I'll make a separate video of literally me reviewing Percy Jackson season 1, and then making another video reviewing season 2. But before I do that, I'm going to do the movie versions. All right, so there is that. Look forward to that. Actually, yeah, those are going to be ChUCKY videos instead of just talking videos like these. So look forward to that. So hold on for a minute. All right, so Percy Jackson and the Olympians starts with a boy that has dark hair. And all of a sudden, he's the chosen one, and he's part of a prophecy, and he has to stop a big giant force that wants to stop him. Wait a minute, why does that sound familiar? Oh my god. Percy Jackson, the boy who lived. No. Anyways, maybe that should be the title of this video. Percy Jackson, the boy who lived. I'm gonna do that. So some people gonna be like, they'll be like, what? What's this fucking? Hey, it gets the clicks, I guess. But yo, man. So Percy Jackson is basically the son. Again, there will be spoilers here, like I said in the beginning of this video, and there will be some spoilers to season 2 also. All right. So continuing on, you have this boy named Percy Jackson, and he has ADHD and dyslexia, like me. Look at that, and like many people, also. So that's why this book series and this movie series, for some people probably that enjoyed the movie, I won't be surprised because there are people out there that did enjoy the Percy Jackson movies, but people that are hardcore with the books hated it. You know, it reminds me of the Ready Player One book. I love the Ready Player One book. I've seen the movie. I love the movie, but so many people hate the fucking movie, and you know what? I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. It's just what could have been, you know. It's like the stuff that they took away that we could have gotten instead of you making your own thing to the point that once people read the book, you'd be like, what the fuck did you do? Did this what we hear? This is what the fact that we have this in the book and it's so much better than what you put me on screen. Yeah, it's a B+ movie, but it could have been an A+ movie / a freaking cult classic. I mean, not a cult classic, like a freaking masterpiece of a freaking movie and a love letter to culture in general. Basically, but Ready Player One still has that merit, but of being a cult favorite for the people that haven't read the books. So I'm just imagining, I'm just saying that for the same scenario for the Percy Jackson books, basically, because I haven't read the books, like I said. So maybe you guys would feel that way because when I read the Ready Player One book and saw the movie, I enjoyed the movie. But I wish some of the stuff that were in the book were in the movie, like the part when the main character Wade Watts, when he's playing jousts and he's playing jousts with a with the Lich and stuff like that. That would have been awesome to see on the big screen. I wanted to see that shit so much on the big screen. Never happened. Never happened. That moment when they all floating up in the air, and it's like this romantic moment between Artemis and Wade. It's just so fucking awesome when you read it in the book. But when you see it in the movie, it's like just there, just a scene, and I'm like, this is not a scene. This is a moment. This is a moment, and yet you didn't do that. You know. So that's why I have a problem with the movie. That's why it's a B+ movie, but it's not an A+ or S movie, you know? Still watch it though. It's a fun ride. Ready Player One, the movies, it's still a fun ride, and I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Seriously. I wish we can get Ready Player 2. I have Ready Player 2, the book, but I haven't read it. I let my friend use it, and he still haven't read it either. So I might just have to take that book back so I can read it. But before that, maybe I should get some Percy Jackson stuff. Got you guys. So, Percy, like I said, Percy Jackson is a young kid that gets bullied. He sees stuff that he can't explain, and there's even this one point that he's on top of a roof and people think that he's about to kill himself, but no, he's just seeing stuff. And people think in the physical world think that he's crazy, but the mom knows the truth of who he is. You know, eventually he has this friend. He meets his friend named Grover, and Grover is freaking awesome. Salute to you, Grover. Grover is literally awesome. I remember when That scene, man. And the thing is, I watched the movie, but it's been so long since I still at that time when I watched season 1 of Percy Jackson, basically, of season 2 on Disney Plus. And I'll be honest with you too. I was very skeptical of this because I have heard that there was books about it, and then Percy Jackson, the Olympians, all of a sudden Disney's making it, and I didn't even know Fox was going to make it before Disney bought it. I didn't even know that until later on, until this year actually. But then when I found out that they were going to make it, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, you know, mainly because I wasn't really a fan of Disney around this time when Disney was first released this first season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And once I saw this show, I was just hooked. I was just hooked. I was fucking hooked. And I'm like, I don't know how anyone feels about this show, but to me, I think this is badass. This is one of the best shows one of the best content Disney has put out in a long time for me, at least for me, as a Disney fan. Because to be quite honest, guys, we're all Disney fans. Even if you say you're not a Disney fan, you're a Disney fan. No, I'm not. But you like a certain movie, right? Yeah, most likely Disney has interpreted it already. Just not in a foul language. Or not with sex scenes. You know? You know? So, Disney has done it all. Every fucking storytelling, they fucking most likely has done it already. You know? So, it's not rocket science. They've been around since the fucking 20s. So, you know? It'd be impossible for you not to scratch all the lists already. You know? So, and that's why a lot of people say Disney is the reason why they're in the state they're in. Because it's like, well, if we can't make content, we grab content from other stuff instead of making it our own, basically. We're still making it, but it's not on own ideas. There are other ideas that are already there, basically. Not to say Disney's still not doing new ideas. They do. It's just that, remember that time when people did complain about, oh, nothing's not original anymore? I mean, people still say that, but back in the day, when they actually did say that nothing's original anymore, they actually meant that, hey, studios just got other properties so they can make it and then sell it, basically. It's like Sony buying Spider-Man, mainly because Marvel was not doing so good, and so they were selling the stuff to different studios. It's like that. It's literally like that. It just got mixed a certain way, you know? So, it's crazy, though. When a company tries to survive, that's when we'll be like, that's when we say fuck off also. I don't know. I never got that either. But you can see in different interpretations, though, in my opinion. But moving on. Sorry, I'm talking about some other stuff besides this show, which is a classic. I think the show is great. Little kids that are watching this show I know they're loving it. Oh, hell yeah, they're loving it. I want my niece to watch this show, but she hasn't really watched this and all that stuff. But I'm sure she'll watch it once she gets older. I mean, she's only 7 years old. So yeah. And these characters are like around 13 and 12 years old in the beginning, or 11, you know? So it's like, all right. You know, she's not even in the age range yet, you know? I mean, she probably could still watch it. I mean, well, yeah, watch it. But still, it's probably better for her to watch it when she gets older. So, that's just me. That's what I would do. I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. So, but, eventually, Grover. There was a point in the show when Grover portrays Perseus, and Perseus is like, Grover. You know, when I first saw this, like I said, I watched the movie and I forgot, and then I had to explain the other thing. You see what happens, guys. I get into that shit, But the whole thing with Grover, man, I was just like, Grover, man, you betraying Percy. You know what? Fuck Grover. I mean, when I show this to my friend is like, fuck him. I'm like, thank you, fuck him. Oh, man. And then it's like, and then all of a sudden Grover's his protector and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, everything's forgiven and shit like that. But right there, I was just, because we didn't know as the viewer, obviously. But when you see it for the first time, you're like, you know, you're like, you can't just assault me like this. It's almost like Disney ratting you out, and you're like, Disney's like, he was in the Diddy files, and it's like, what? You fucking lying sack of shit. You know? Oh god. So some funny shit, man. Funny fucking shit, in my opinion. Eventually, you know, Percy Jackson is you know, he's depressed. You know, there was a moment in the show where like this, you know, very crazy teacher that transforms into like a freaking monster going after Percy and shit like that. And screaming to him, "Where is it? You know, where is it?" And it's like, oh, you know, at first you're like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" Obviously they're talking about the Zeus's lightning bolt. Zeus's lightning bolt is taken away, basically. And since in the prophecy, Percy is part of. Since Percy is part of the prophecy, Zeus and some of the gods, or even some of the monsters and creatures, literally think that Percy is the one that stole the Zeus's thunderbolt. You know, it only makes sense, right? Right? But there's so many twists and turns that happens, and I don't even want to tell you. I don't want. Again, I said like I was going to say some spoilers, but I don't think I should spoil that. I don't want to spoil who's the lightning thief. I don't, because if you haven't gotten into this show, I'm not going to tell you who's the lightning thief. You know, I'm not. But you should hear about the little quote that there will be a friend that eventually there will be one that you call a friend that will betray you. So that right there just says a lot, and it's just so good. It's just so good, so freaking good. Once I do talk about the lightning thief, in a separate video, I'm gonna praise it to the moon. I'm gonna be like, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. All I have to say is the lightning thief was right. The lightning thief was right. He was right. My people, I can't help it. You know, when I hear the perspective of what the lightning thief says, I'm over here like, shh. You have a new recruit. I'm joining your side. Oh, man. It's funny as hell. But moving on with that. The Medusa is also in it. She was also in the movie, but the way they did Medusa here is really imitating and really cool. And Annabeth, which is also a great character, Annabeth, she got the whole Medusa story. Annabeth got that shit wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because when I heard the Medusa story, and I know my Greek mythology, I might not know 100% of it, but I know most of it, mainly because if you read one mythology, it's the same thing with other mythologies and other texts from like Samaria and Egypt. It's just have different names and different people, and sometimes it is a different story. It is. I'll say that right now. But other times you have other people being like, "Oh, I'm this." Oh, I'm going to be this person, and I took their name and all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that happened. A lot of stuff like that happened because then you're going to be like, wait a minute, this person was actually a good, and then all of a sudden they started doing war crimes or some shit and started beheading people. What? I'm confused. You know, so that's how you know it's like some type of bullshit there. It is. It is. It's like having. It's almost like having. I don't know how to compare that to be quite honest with you. Maybe you can find one. I'm trying to think of one, but I can't think of it right now. But the monsters in this show is really, really good. I like the the look of the griffin. I mean, not the griffin. The freaking chimera. The chimera looks dope in this show. It looks dope in this season. It really does. The special effects with the monsters are really, really good. And you got and the shoes that could fly and stuff like that. Ah, that was so good. And one thing too I want to talk about too, the end credits scene when they show the you know the pictures and all that, and it has like almost like a glass painting to it. It's so fucking good, and they're showing like all the aspects of what's happening with the show, what you know, the highlights of the show basically. It's so good. It's so good. It makes the show more complete, you know. One thing I do have a complaint about this show also, and it's not really a big complaint. It's more of a complaint of like, if I was like writing the ending a little bit to each episode, I would give you a little bit more to you be satisfied instead of you being like, ah, man, I had to wait until next week. Instead of you saying, be like, yo, shit's gonna go down, you know? That's just me. Which one you rather say? Oh, shit, I can't wait to see next week. Or you'd be like, ah, fuck, man. I want to see more, you know? Which one? Which one I'd rather have? Me, if I was any executive and all that stuff, I'd have been like, oh, I can't fucking wait until next week. I mean, yeah, you still feel that way with the other one of like, oh, I wish there was more. But at the same time, you feel kind of like, it's almost like Disney is like, yeah, you like this, right? Right? No, come back later. It's like, should I be mad? I don't know if I should be mad. I feel like I got smacked. I feel like I got smacked and spat on. But yeah, I want to come back. You know? I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. That's how I feel about this. Even season 2 does this. I do not know why they do this. Season 2 does it mostly, though. Oh, God. Season 2 is very hardcore with it. I mean, I can't blame them. Season 2 is actually really my favorites. And it goes back to what I've been saying for years. Season 2, every time I watch a show, Season 2 is always the one that is better than all the other seasons. Now, I don't want that to happen with this show. I want each season to become better and better and better and better. You know, so basically, and they can be all good as equal. Like I want it to be like a progression. Like, oh cool, oh that's hot, that's great. Oh shoot, oh my god, oh my god. And the other one's like, what did that mean? You know, like shit like that. You know, I want to feel those moments. You know, that emotion. You know. Seriously, because I guarantee you, once the thing is, there's $5 to the original Percy Jacksons, right? And then there's 6 more. So how much are they going to go? Are they going to go all for? Well, actually 7. Are they going to go all for 7? Or are they actually going to do the full 5? Do the backstory of the other. I mean, show the other books. Do the other do other shows about the other books. Then we go back to Percy Jackson of season 6 and 7. Which one are we going to do? If I was Disney, I probably would just start with the 5 books. If it has a nice, beautiful bow ending, then you probably don't have to continue on. You probably don't have to. Now, I know how Disney is. They are working with the creator that's making the Percy Jackson stuff. So I guarantee you, Disney is like, we'll work with the 5 books. Then with the 5 books, we'll go to the other ones. Because Percy is in some of them. But some of them are all about him. From what I can tell. And then we go back to the book 6 and book 7. Basically. So, I think Disney's here for the long haul with the Percy Jackson stuff. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, people like it now. They're definitely going to pump this out like crazy. They have to. They feel like they have to. And it's funny too because at the time, Fox did this the movies for the answer to Harry Potter, and it's kind of funny that they got the director that did Harry Potter, the first movie, and the second movie too, and then he produced the third movie. So that was cool, but but then the movies were kind of the thing is the movies didn't fail. It actually made money. The first two Peter Jackson movies actually made pretty much money. So, you know, Disney was like, all right, there's an audience. You know, it didn't completely fail. It's just that it wasn't faithful to the books. So it's like, okay, let's just make one that's faithful to the books. You know, there might be some changes, but other than that, we're just going to be more closer to the books. And that's fine, you know. Because every interpretation is going to have something different. Look at Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you know. A lot of people that read the books and saw the movie, they were like, yeah, it's literally the same. Just like a few differences, but everything else is literally the same, you know? So it's like, there you go, you know? So, let's see. How do I want to feel about the cast of characters in this show? Ares' daughter is a bitch. Ares' daughter is a bitch. I like her in season 2 though. Season 2, she's great. In season 2, she gets more character development, and I like that. I like to see extra characters that were part of the camp, like just get their stuff because they're part of. If they're talking to the main characters, or you know, if they're talking to the main characters, or they're surrounded by them and they're talking to them obviously constantly, then yeah, they should have like a little bit of a backstory. You know, why wouldn't they? It would be stupid if you didn't. Now, if you decided to do it at the last minute and they became like a Sirius Snake type of figure. So there's that. Yeah, there's that. Or or a Darth Vader type of figure. Because we all know Darth Vader did stop the Sith. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. But Darth Vader did. He did destroy the Sith. He just had to go on the inside. You see how that worked? Ooh, it's very poetic. George Lucas making it, you know, making it a tiny bow. But again, the special effects in this show is really, really good. I don't hate the special effects. I know a lot of people were complaining that there's not much action because the movies are like that. This is all about story and not enough fighting, which I'm all about action and all that stuff. But when you have a show called the Percy Jackson and the Olympians, you're suspecting some epic cosmic proportions here, you know. But I don't hate it. I don't hate what they're giving me. I do not hate what Disney's giving me at all whatsoever. It's just that when you really look at it, and I'm just like, well, hey, the books are not that way. They're not really about that type of storytelling, and that is fine. That's fine. That is totally fine. I don't hate that at all. Which is why when we do get moments of like Percy versus Ares, I don't care if it's like a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or even 50 seconds. I'm just sitting there and just soaking it up. I just want to soak it up as much as I can, Seriously, because that moment when Percy Jackson in season 1, when Percy Jackson, like, he's with his mom, and then what's it called? I have to look at the name so I can actually freaking I have to look at the name to freaking know what it is. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let's see. So there was a moment in the it's also in the books, and it was in also the original movie. So that's how I know it's a part of it. So there's a part when Percy Jackson's mom just is gone. It's just gone. Like you think she's dead. You think she's dead, but she's not dead. She's not dead. She gets poofed away to Hades. Hades like saved her and stuff like that, and put her in like into a cardiogenic state, basically. All gold and stuff like that. Did you know that the gods bleed blood? I wonder how the demigods bleed. Oh yeah, they bleed blood. Blood, yes, regular red blood, but they bleed gold blood, the gods and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's see. What's it called, man? Why am I forgetting this? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let me just go like this. So, there's just a lot of things that that this show does. And in the beginning of, like... not in the beginning. Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool picture. But, in the... Minotaur! That's what it was. There was the Minotaur that was grabbing. I don't know why I couldn't remember the freaking name. That's why I had to look at the name to literally be like, oh, that's what it is. So, Percy Jackson's mom, Sally Jackson, is that what her name is? By the way, hot as fuck, in my opinion. Sexy ass MILF. Good job, Poseidon. Oh, did I spoil that? Yeah. Percy Jackson's father is Poseidon. In Greek mythology, the real Greek mythology, Perseus is actually Zeus's son. But I could talk about something here in a spiritual enlightenment way, but this is not that channel, so I'm just going to have fun with this shit. Because I'm enjoying the fuck out of this shit. Not to say I'm not seeing stuff, in a spiritual enlightenment way. Of course I am. But I'm not going to talk about it here. So... And then, I'm not going to talk about, like, higher self-knowledge and stuff like that. This is all about literally just gushing how much fun and how much I enjoyed this show. So, the Minotaur, basically, you think that the Minotaur kills Percy's mom, and there's a moment when Percy gets a pen. He has I'm not going to say who gives him that pen. You just have to watch the show to find out. And that it's just so cool. It literally is. It's just a freaking regular pen like this, right? Nothing, and it does have it has gold on the little like tip with the top of the cap of the pen with that little tip thing. It's gold there. When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's cool," because because I knew it was a pin, and then I forgot it was a pin. Does that make sense? How did you forgot? Because I remember from the movies, and then I forgot many years later. And then when I watched the show and I just saw the pen, I'm all like, "Why are you giving him the pen for?" I'm like, "Huh?" And then I see the pen and it's like turns into a sword and shit. I'm like, "Ah!" And it lights up like a lightsaber. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Oh, I found my new favorite weapon in all myth, in all fiction. This is lightsaber. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. It looks good. But this what's the weapon called? I know hardcore fans are going to be like, Riptide. That's what it is. I know I had it top of my mouth. That's why I had to research it, guys, because I didn't want to like fuck it up, or you know how sometimes it slips the tongue. So, yo, man, this sword is awesome. This sword is awesome. This sword is fucking great. It is strongest when people will it. That can go to water. And no, Poseidon did not make this sword. It was it was Cyclops. There was Cyclopses that make this sword actually. So there's that. Hopefully we get more of their mythology or Riptide in the show. Oh, I hope we do. I hope we do. Because Riptide is not used all that much in the show. It's used, but it's not as much as you wanted to see it. Because it's the main sword for Percy. So it's like, come on, man. I want to see that shit. Come on, guys. You have an awesome sword here, and you're going to give me other fucking weapons. You're going to give me a regular sword. I don't give a fuck about that. Don't give me a regular sword. I want Riptide. Give me that shit. Motherfuckers. And it's cool, too, because in Season 2, spoiler, like I said, spoiler, Percy's brother is a fuck, I'm forgetting the name. I don't know why it's coming into Sasquatch, and no, not Sasquatch, you fucking idiot. The hell's wrong with you? Think about too much of other shit right now, of other mythologies and myths. That's what happens with my brain sometimes. So, sorry, I have ADHD and dyslexia. Whoa, can you blame me? Seriously, I'm dead serious, man. There we go. A Cyclops. There we go. So the fact that Percy's brother is a Cyclops, and the Cyclops made that the Hecaton. No, I'm playing. It's not Hecaton. Most people are like, how dare you? It's called a Riptide, you bastard. Riptide is actually pretty poetic. I actually like that. I actually like that. I think that's pretty dope. I think that's pretty cool. So, anything else I could talk about before I go way too long with the Percy Jackson stuff? Well, I did mention Season 1, right? Do I want to talk about everything about Season 1? Probably not. The main story is that, eventually, you know, he goes to camp, he learns more who he is and stuff like that, because I don't want to spoil all the stuff that he does in camp, especially with Annabeth and all that stuff. So, and Luke. I didn't even talk about Luke. Luke is awesome. Luke is actually an amazing character. In the live action version, of course, they're both live action versions. The movie version, Luke is... You know, like right away, it's like right away, it's like, oh, I'm gonna act nice, so you can actually think that I'm a good guy, and it's like, you know what I mean, like, no against the actor, but I'm over here like, ew, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Again, nothing against the actor, but I'm talking about the direction. It's just terrible, fucking terrible. But Luke is pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil you too much with Luke because I already know what happens with him. And there's a whole thing between with Annabeth and one of Zeus's daughters that turns into a tree and is protective of the camp, which is pretty cool. I like that shit. In Season 2, it revolves. Season 2 basically does revolve around her because. Luke does something that penetrates the shield for the camp, so they have to get something to fix the camp shield, and you go to this grand adventure and stuff like that. Very simple, very simple. These stories are very, very fucking simple, you know. And in the first season of Percy Jackson, the once Percy, you know, is in camp and there's more stuff that's going to happen to him, one of the main storylines is literally, it's actually the main storyline, but still, Percy has to go to the underworld to save his mom, but with that, he has to find the lightning bolt to give back to Zeus before a war breaks out between the gods. You know? And the Titans again, basically. But apparently, by the end, it just really doesn't matter because apparently they all want it. They all want a war because they're bored. there's nothing to do. You know, I love that. I love that they. I'm just making that shit up mainly because it's like who knows what the fuck they want at the end of the day. Because I'm paying attention to the series, and I'm like, even when I know some of the stuff from the book, I'm still like, I'm still over here like you guys probably don't even know what the fuck you want over here. You guys are bored. Oh, you guys are fucking terrible. uh, shit. No wonder I agree with the lightning thief. But anyways, like for real. But anything else I could talk about with this show? Um Oh, they do show Kronos. Kronos looks good. I love that they freaking use one of the tarot cards as like a symbolism for Kronos. You know that tarot card that the guy's holding a little lamp and he's like just in all hoodie and stuff like that. That tarot card, that's what Zeus looks like. I mean Zeus. Kronos. That's what Kronos looks like. Like every time Percy sees him in like his dreams and shit like that, that's what he sees. So it is funny by one of the end of the episodes. Well, the end of the episode, he has a dream about him, and his mom is like, "So is everything okay?" And and she's like, "What is it? What happened? You know, tell me what it is." And Parsley's just like, "It's Grandpa," and she's like, "Oh, don't say that." And she's like, "Don't say that name. Don't call him that." He's not really much of a grandpa to you, isn't he? You know, it's like, you know, and you do see. You have a lot of people seem to forget about this, but Percy has another brother. Also, you see him in season 1, and that brother tries to fuck him up. He tries to fuck him over, and I'm just like, Death, why? And no, it's Death. His name is not Death. But it's the actor that played Death in Supernatural, I believe. So every time I see him, I'm like, Death! How can you betray me like this? I thought we were friends. Oh, Death. Oh, Death. That fucking song. The fact that The Undertaker has never used that song for anything kills me sometimes. It's like, whatever. But anyways, moving on. That's just the wrestling fan in me. But moving on. I guess he's just not a Supernatural fan. Oh, well. I'm a casual one, not a, super fan. But I'm just casual. I did hear that it might come back. Or they just might make a movie. To be quite honest, yeah, why not? But I was just going to say, do a live action version of Scooby-Doo. You already made an animated one. Just do a live action one, please. For me. I watched the shit out of it. But anyways, I don't care. It doesn't have to be good. I don't give a shit. I know that sounds bad, but anyways, Riptide is probably one of the famous weapons of all, right next to the lightsaber, Harry's wand. Next to literally the gadget that they use in Dune that looks like a gun. Yeah, it's just very iconic, man. Very iconic. It's literally, seriously. What else is iconic? The bullets that killed Khan, very iconic. No, it's like, wait a minute. Do you know what they wore? It's like, yep, 37 Magnum, platinum. Why platinum? Because why not? No, I'm playing. They didn't hack that back in the day. Well, how do you know? You didn't research it. It's like, the people that have, but the ones that don't will be like, ah, and they say that answer. But it's just funny as shit. So, could I say anything else? Maybe I should say something more with Sea of Monsters. Sea of Monsters, season 2, Sea of Monsters. To be quite honest, like, I don't even want to talk about it, mainly because it is fresh and it's not even over yet. So that's why I'm talking about more about season 1 than season 2. But I'll say this, season 2 has become one of my favorite one of my favorite shows. Season 2 is actually making the show one of my favorite shows of 2025 slash 2026. Because I didn't care about anything in 2025. I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. For movies, video games, shows. I didn't care. 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 But I did care about the Percy Jackson shit. That's the only thing that I fucking care about. That's the only thing I fucking care about when it comes to, like, other shit. I don't care about anything else anymore. Anything. That's the only thing I fucking care about. And once this shit is over, I have nothing else. Because I don't give a shit about anything else anymore. Seriously. Seriously. The new Fantastic Four movie is out. Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's good. I don't give a shit. I will watch it eventually. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I just don't give a shit. But this show actually make me gave a shit. This actually make me gave a shit. Even before I watched it. That has to say something. There's something wrong around here. When there's literally one thing in 2025 that I fucking cared about, and nothing else I didn't give a shit about. That's a problem. That's a problem. Not with me. The shit that they fucking pumping out here. Seriously. Seriously. Because there hasn't been no Godzilla media. So. And no Dune yet. So those are, like, been on ice. So I'm just like. Just waiting. Just waiting for no reason. And I don't have to do that. When I could just keep going to watch other shit. But anyways. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to talk about too much of season 2 because season 2 is not completely over yet. The last episode 5, was sick as shit. I'll say that right now. Season 2, I'm telling you, man. Season 2 is just really, really fun. Really, really good. You get more character development with the characters. And it's on for a quest. A quest to save Grover. What happened to Grover? I don't want to. I don't want to tell you that. What happens? What happens? Tell me. You just have to watch the show to find out. This is why we broke up, baby. Please, I could change. It's like sounds toxic. It's like only because it is. I'll see you guys.